how long is my case going to take? So you were involved in a crash and you're wondering how long your case is going to take. Even if it wasn't a crash, let's say it's any personal injury accident. Maybe you slipped and fell in a building. Well, it really does depend. Normally, you're treating. So you're treating for your, all your injuries, right? And that might take 1 month. It may take several years. We still have some clients that are treating up, during trial. While we're in a lawsuit, they're still treating. Usually, yeah. So during this time period, which can last anywhere from like 1 month or so to several years, you're treating, and then in the background, we're doing other things. We're opening a claim with your insurance company or the defendant's insurance company. We're trying to get your vehicle repaired, or you're totaled out, or getting you a rental. We are trying to order the police report. We're trying to get liability acceptance, trying to get the defendant to say, yeah, I did cause the crash, right? Or I did injure this person. We're also trying to get your initial bills and records. Maybe you went to the hospital, or you have an ambulance bill or something that we need to get. So we're trying to obtain those initial bills and records. We're also doing health insurance subrogation. So if you have health insurance, we're going to go put your health insurance on notice that you've had an accident and that they should start paying attention to those bills that are attributed to that accident. So during this time frame, all you're doing is treating, but we're doing a lot of different things behind the scenes. Once we get your police report, we're going to be obtaining the policy limit. So we're going to probably hire a private investigator, because the insurance company is not going to come out and tell us how much their policy limits are. We're hiring a private investigation company to tell us what those policy limits are. So once we have that police report, it gives us all the information on the defendant, and then we can request that policy limit. Usually after that, let's say that you are somewhat done treating or almost done treating, and then you'll tell us everywhere that you went. I went to A, B, and C places, and we'll be requesting those medical bills and records. And normally during this time frame, it usually takes 2 months, unless we're missing something and then have to start over and add another party there and request more records or whatever. But during this time, we're requesting your medical bills and your medical records, and that usually takes about 2 months. After this, usually we're drafting your demand letter, right? So while we're drafting your demand letter, we're reviewing it, making sure that we have everything included, and we're going to go send that off to the adjuster. And then during this time, we're also going to be pulling your subrogation, trying to get your subrogation lien all fixed. So your health insurance subrogation is going to give us a breakdown and say, well, John Smith went to all these places, and we're going to try and get that all fixed and figured out so that we can get some of your bills paid for and everything. We may be sending a med pay demand or something during this time frame, and that's usually a period of 1 month or so. In the next time frame that we're doing is we're going to send that demand letter to that adjuster, or several adjusters, right? And we got to give them 30 days to review it. That would be reasonable, right? We can't just give them 500 pages and say, hey, give us a response tomorrow, right? So we're going to ask for 30 days. They're going to ask for 30 days, and then they'll get back to us. And during this time frame, after that, we're going to be negotiating, and that might be in a month or two. We might be negotiating, and we're going back and forth, and and sometimes they need more information. They want there's a bill missing, or they want to know what your past medical history is, and we're trying to gather that. Anything like that. The other things are, we are supplementing again for anything that's missing, or we're negotiating with the adjuster, we're countering with the adjuster. We'll definitely talk to you about all this and any offers that we get, and then we'll start countering and negotiating with the adjuster. Then after this time frame, we either go into one or two directions, right? We either like our settlement, and we are going to start verifying all the bills are correct and everything. So this still takes some time. We might be arguing with the health insurance to get something off of there. We don't think that your flu shot is supposed to be covered by, it wasn't involved with the car accident, wasn't related to it. So we're arguing to take things off of your health insurance subrogation lien, or to put things on that they have missing. Right? We are going to be getting a release from the insurance company. Once we have that release, we're going to get you to sign it so that we can get the check, make sure that it clears so that we can pay everyone. That's one step. The other step is that we don't like the offer that the adjuster is giving us. If the adjuster is not giving us the fair value, and they sometimes do that, then the only thing that we have to do is that we can either settle for that low value or we can file suit. And if we file suit, then that may take several years, right? It may take somewhere from 6 months to several years to argue in court and do discovery and things like that. So this is how long a case will take, right? And it's just really going to be dependent on your injuries, how much there is for the available policy limits. You know, we can't overtreat to where it isn't covered and everything, you know. I can't change the insurance policies or anything like that, but there's a lot of things that go into it.